You just have a certain way of approaching life. And that's really what the Earth Realm Profile targets these things and gives you a really good understanding of why you think the way you do. And it gives you a great way of knowing and understanding yourself so you can go into life and make better choices and really blossom. Hello, I'm John Hodge, Soul Design Specialist for You Transformed. Today we're going to be talking about the overview for our Earth Realm Profile, which is the second major component of our Soul Design reading. In the Earth Realm Profile, we're looking at really the characteristics, would be your characteristics. We go into your energetic records and we find out the characteristics of the way you have set up yourself to be energetically in this lifetime. Now, what that does is, have you ever wondered why someone acts a certain way or seems to look at life a certain way all the time? And we're going to kind of see this in the chart. When you go into the records, you can actually determine these different characteristics, and these characteristics tell you why you have certain proclivities to do things in life. Let's say why you're a very cautious person, or you may be skeptical about things all the time. You just have a certain way of approaching life. And that's really what the Earth Realm Profile targets these things and gives you a really good understanding of why you think the way you do. And it gives you a great way of knowing and understanding yourself so you can go into life and make better choices and really blossom and meet life full on and not have as much frustration and pain and suffering in your life. So we'll take a look at this. In our Earth Realm Profile, the first thing that we figure out is called the role. And the role is actually an archetype. You could be considered an archetype. And the role that you select in a lifetime really stays the same in each lifetime you have within all your life cycles in the Earth Realm. So this role is what you've been using all along in your life cycles right now, and it does not change until you complete a set of life cycles and then maybe decide to do another set using another role, which sometimes souls do. So the archetype is the overview of you, of the way you're set up. And these archetypes are priest, artisan, server, scholar, king, warrior, and sage. Myself, I'm a priest soul. So can be in a priest mode. I can get up in front of people and I can be preachy at times. That would be a negative side of that role, is getting up but having the other characteristics of that. There's positive and negative characteristics to all these things. Lots of folks are servers. 50% of everybody or more are servers, using a server role. And a server is really these things are pretty much sort of what they indicate. They all have positive and negative values. In later videos, we're going to go in and talk about a lot of these individually, so it'll help you identify yourself and talk about the positive and negative aspects of these different types. So we figure out your role, your archetype role that you have, that you're using. And then we look at your soul age. What happens when you come into a lifetime? You go through these soul stages all the way till you complete all your cycle of lives. There's seven levels within each one of these ages. We go through 7 levels in each age. But when you come in, you start out as an infant, and you go all the way through old soul with 7 levels in each one. Each one of these levels, you may go through as little as 1 to 3 lifetimes, or as many as lifetimes as it takes to complete a level within these soul ages. So you'll have 7 levels here, all the way up through old. And old is typically when we select another role to come back through again, or we go on to another realm to work somewhere else. Transcendental and infinite are souls. You may have one or two of those on the planet at any one time. Transcendental or an infinite would be they're the souls that, like Jesus and Buddha, Confucius. Jesus was a transcendental soul, and Buddha was an infinite soul, and those were the aspects that they were teaching when they were here. So it kind of helps you to kind of know where you're at. None of these are better than any of the other. It's just where you're at. We all started out here, and we're all going through here. So we have our role, we have a soul age that we're in right now, and then we look at what's called a goal. These are variable from here on down as far as qualities. Goal is you set a goal in this lifetime to learn to work through this aspect, like growth. You would be looking at everything, trying to gain growth, evolution, evolve. This is all about evolving. So you would be trying to evolve through a mode, through a goal, is to grow through this. Here again, all of these have positive and negative sides to them as you go through these goals. Reevaluation, growth, discrimination, acceptance, submission, dominance, and stagnation. So when you figure out what your goal is, it helps you to understand why you make certain choices and decisions in life, or how you look at things. It's a power to know that this is what you are, and that you have positive and negative choices in this. So you want to stay in the positive side of choices as you go through these goals, as you go through your goal in this lifetime. Now we want to talk about the next part of our Earth Realm profile here. It's called mode. And the modes are caution, power, reserved, passion, perseverance, aggression, and observation. So you could have a goal of growth using a mode of caution. So you're a cautious person. I mean, you look things over really well before you do anything. Power is someone who can be overbearing on the negative side, be very powerful. They go into things and they go head on and go at it. Reserved is they hold back. Passionate. So everyone they have the goal you're working with and the mode that they're using going through this goal. The next one is interesting. Is besides mode, we find the attitude. And the attitudes are stoic, spiritualist, skeptic, idealist, cynic, realist, and pragmatist. So when you meet someone now and you're working with someone, you'll notice you'll notice their mode and their attitude and the way they do things. If you work with someone long enough, stoic, spiritualist, skeptic. I've worked with cautious skeptics before. They don't really want to do anything. They're really hard to work with. On their very negative side, they just don't want to do anything. Idealist, people who are going to really think things over and have great ideals. Cynic. So these are interesting how you set these up. Myself, I'm a spiritualist, so I spend a lot of time in the spiritual side of things. Next thing we have is chief obstacle. This is something that we set up in our lifetime to overcome. We use it as a catalyst to continue growing, to have greater growth. And the obstacles are self-depreciation, arrogance, self-destruction, greed, martyrdom, impatience, and stubbornness. I'm a self-destruction. I've tried to destroy myself several times in my lifetime. Thankfully, I haven't succeeded in that, and I've learned from them. I did learn a lot. And in my readings, helping other people, I see lots of self-destruction. And I see self-depreciation and arrogance. I've seen them all in people. So it just depends on what your soul is trying to achieve in the lifetime. Our next thing that we look at is called the center. Center is, the centers are instinctive, higher moving, emotional, intellectual, higher intelligence, and higher emotion. Centering is how are you looking at things? When you're working with things internally, inside, or how are you going through the process of feeling and with emotions and thinking and so forth? Emotional, are you emotional person? Are you emotionally looking at everything? Are you intellectualizing everything as you look at it? Moving is someone who slides back and forth between all these things. Instinctive. I'm an instinctive person. So I use my intuition for almost everything. So it's a knowing for me. A lot of people are, I see a lot of people who are intellectuals. There's lots of intellectuals and several moving. I've had lots of people that are moving. So that's kind of how you center your feeling and your thinking around your situations and what you're doing. Body type has to do with your what it says, your body type, which is set when you're born, and we look much deeper into this in the third component of our soul design, which is human design. This just gives you a quick rundown of your planetary alignment when you were born, and gives you a little bit more information about your body type. You know, do you have a strong body? Do you wear out easily? It gives you a little bit of information on each one of these types. So this is just a quick overview. I mean, there's so much to this, but just a quick overview of the things that we give you in our soul design. And hope you've enjoyed this. We're going to have more video. We're going to have a lot more videos diving in, doing a deeper dive into all these different areas, and giving everybody a good idea of what's going on, and so you can look at it and see where you're at and what your profile is a bit. So I hope you enjoy the video. Please give us a like and a share, and we'll see you in the next video.